Good evening, class. I am Dr. Amit Kumar Tiwari. Today I am going to teach you about the Government of India Act 1935. So here in this lecture we will understand the important points of the Government of India Act 1935. So by this Government of India Act 1935, the British government proposed to make a federal government in India that would be made by a central government as well as state government. So by at the central level, this act had provision that there would be two bodies. First would be the lower house that would be made by the British controlled Indian states, and second would be the upper house that would be made by the princely states. But here princely states were free either to join this federal or not. The second point of this Government of India Act was that diarchy was implemented at the central level. We saw that by 1919 Government of India Act, the diarchy was implemented at state level. But here diarchy was implemented at central level. What is diarchy? So here in diarchy there was a provision that there were two subjects. The first was the reserved subject and the second was transferred subject. So on reserved subject, the viceroy had power to make laws, and the governors that were appointed by the viceroy had authority to make laws. And on transfer subject, the cabinet of ministers had authority or power to make laws. And at state level, governor could also participate in making laws at the transferred level subjects. The second point of this act was, third point of this act was the three list of subjects. So the total subjects were categorized into three lists. The first list was federal list, on that the central government could make law. The second was provincial list, on which states were authorized to make laws, and the third was concurrent list. So on concurrent list, central and states both could make law, but at the time of dispute, the central government had power to make their own law or to abolish states' law and implement their own law. But despite these three laws, there was another residual subjects. So there were some subjects that did not come under these three lists. So on those subjects, the viceroy had power to make laws, and that were called residual subjects. The fourth important point was separate electorate or communal award. So we saw by 1909 Indian Council Act and also by 1919 Government of India Act that British government had given some communal elections or communal award to some communities like Muslims and Sikh. But here communal award was given to the Anglo-Indians, tribals and other communities of India. So the area of communal award was extended. Another important point of this act was the bicameralism in 6 states. We had seen, or we know that earlier there were 9 states in India, but Sindh was separated from Mumbai, and Orissa was also made a separate state. So by this Act 1935, total 11 states were made. So out of this 11 states, 6 states had bicameralism. What is the bicameralism? So bicameralism means had the provision of upper house and lower house, that like we see in our present constitution, the present parliament, the upper house and the lower house, or the Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha. So the same kind of law was implemented at the state level. And another important point was the control of secretary. See, though the members had power to make laws, or they were given rights to participate into law-making process, but at last the viceroy had authority to make laws, or viceroy could supersede the laws that were made by the ministers. So that was another point. And next was the as I had told you that Sindh and Orissa had made the separate states, so the total number of states had become 11. And the by this act of 1935, a federal bank, or that we can later Reserve Bank of India, was also established by this act. And the Supreme Court or the Federal Court was also established by the act of 1935 in Delhi. And this court was made to see the issues between states and central. So for that purpose this Supreme Court was made, or the Federal Court was made. And this act 1935 was the lengthiest states or the largest act that had ever been presented in India by the British government. This act had 321 sections, 14 points and 10 schedules. So this was the structure of 1935. By this act, British government tried to bring more Indian numbers into legislatures and our state bodies. So that was the provision of Indian Government of India Act 1935. But this act could not come into a concrete way because this act had provision that provinces could participate in the federal structure or not. So provinces were not ready to join this federal structure. So that's why this federal structure could not come at concrete way. So that was the 1935 Act. Thank you.